Peace is an important theme in Scripture, and it is something that during this time of year we should be keeping in mind, because Jesus is the Prince of Peace. That is one of the titles that we have given to him, and it's one of the titles that is given to him by Scripture. There's this kind of higher concept within biblical scholarship of this idea called theophany. And this is an idea of a encounter with God directly. So the burning bush is an example of this. And there's also specific encounters with Christ himself called Christophanies, which are the same idea. And one of the ones that gets tossed around actually comes from the very first book in the Bible, Genesis, when you see Abraham meet a character named Melchizedek, who is said to be the ruler of the city of Salem. Salem means peace in Hebrew. Jerusalem, which that is the capital, and that is what is assumed to be Salem, is the city of peace. So peace is an important part of our understanding of God, and as well as our understanding of Christ himself. It's something that within Scripture is described as part of what is the coming of his kingdom. That when his kingdom does come into this world, when he does return, he will be bringing with him never-ending peace, when all war and conflict will end. And that is something that we should be hoping for as well. But also during this time, as we are going into Christmas Eve this next week, it's a good thing to kind of remember that aspect of Christ, but also to see it in just the very story of the Nativity itself. The description we typically give of Jesus is as a baby sleeping in the manger, and that is quite a peaceful, serene scene. Now, of course, I am sure that Jesus did cry at times, and I am sure that he was quite noisy, but at least in the scriptures that we have, there does seem to be a suggestion of a very, at least peaceful night before more sort of chaos occurred within his life. And, we can cling to that peace that is kind of provided to us by God, that is provided to us by God, and especially when we need it. And I think during, a holiday season like this, which, is in the midst of still that pandemic raging on and with all the other chaos in this world, peace is something that we should take a moment and reflect on. And peace is something that we should take a moment and strive for, that we should take a moment to rest, to pray, and to be at peace with all that is in our lives at this time, especially in this holiday season.